Here I am sitting on the historic old Pacific Highway bridge over the Mooney Mooney Creek. This is the old bridge, which has been replaced by that one in the distance. You may or may not be able to see over there, which was at one point the tallest bridge in the Southern Hemisphere. I'm not legally allowed to ride my bike over that one, so this is the way I've got to come to get to my campsite tonight. So we're just riding this old Pacific Highway, and as you can see, it's quite a popular road for motorcyclists, regular cyclists. It's a really good road, and this used to be the original road from Sydney to Newcastle. So this is the Stealth Camping Alliance Historic Challenge. I'm riding the old historic road from Sydney to Newcastle, and I'm going to be stopping over at an abandoned section of the old motorway. So we're just climbing up the old Pacific Highway, the original route from Sydney to Newcastle. As you can see, it's a very narrow, windy road, and by the 1950s it had become essentially obsolete, and a new motorway was planned and constructed. G'day everyone, it's Sam from Basic Stealth Camping and Adventures here tonight, and I'm here to do my Stealth Camping Alliance History Challenge. I'm camping on top of an abandoned motorway bridge. This was part of an interchange that was developed as this new motorway behind me was being constructed throughout the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s onwards. The road I rode in on today that you saw was the old Pacific Highway, and that used to be the single lane road all the way Sydney to Newcastle and beyond. Around the 1950s there were plans put in place to actually construct a new dual carriageway motorway, which was to replace the Pacific Highway. Now the Pacific Highway still exists, as you can see, and it's quite often used for recreational riding, motorcycling, cycling and things like that. Today I went for a nice ride on it, and honestly it's a fantastic ride. I was really intimidated riding on it before I did it, and now that I've done it, it's actually such a nice, relaxing ride. I'd recommend it 100% to anybody. Well, I feel like an idiot with this light on. I didn't get any filming done before the sun got down, unfortunately. I ran out of light really quick here. I only just got my tent set up. I didn't have anything to cover the bike. I did experiment with my tent ground sheet, but it simply isn't big enough, and it's going to blow away in this wind, so we're just going to wing it tonight. I've set up as far onto the corner as I can, just in case someone does decide to come driving through here tonight. That gate down there is open, so it's absolutely a possibility. You have to keep that in mind. So this interchange here used to be part of this motorway, and as they were constructing the section behind us, up here Peats Ridge Road was actually the original expressway which people travelled through while the new M1 motorway was being constructed. Because I'm absolutely useless at giving you facts and historical information, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to recommend a video in my description by a channel called Building Beautifully, who has done an excellent rundown of the Peats Ridge Road Expressway. And he even touches on this interchange, and in that video he actually features a location that I previously stealth camped at when I stealth camped on top of the other abandoned bridge. This is all part of this project to upgrade the Pacific Highway into the Pacific Motorway, M1 motorway as it's known today. So that's my history for this challenge. It's going to be a cold one tonight, cloudless, no rain hopefully, maybe a little bit of wind, but honestly I'm just happy to have a nice dry night. Even if it's a little cold, we'll deal with it. But I hope you enjoyed my very brief, very undetailed history lesson of the M1 motorway. I do recommend watching that video by Building Beautifully. I'll link that below in the description. It's a fantastic video, and honestly it's a fantastic channel. If you're a Sydney local or live in New South Wales, Australia, some of the videos he puts out are just fantastic. A lot of good history on the projects, the infrastructure, public transport, utilities, all that sort of stuff. I just find it, that's my jam, you know, that's the stuff that I really find interesting. And he's a really good channel. He's very informative, a hell of a lot better production quality than I put together on this channel, and he's doing a lot better obviously for that. So good on you, mate. Alright, I do want to turn the light off though, because I feel like a real idiot sitting here with light shining on me filming. Well, g'day everyone. I just came out here just somewhere where I've got a little bit of light because it's quite dark over there and I have to use my torch to film. Yeah, basically just calling it a night now, I think. I'm just going to go to bed soonish. Head to bed soonish. Just back at where that little maintenance shed is at the moment. As long as I duck, you guys shouldn't see me as I come around there. Look, I'm having great fun. This is honestly one of the best spots I found. It is very chilled out, very chilled. Quite relaxing, not as noisy as some of my other highway spots have been, but it's good to just be a part of that local history, that infrastructure history. As we know, populations grow, cities change, and Sydney has been no exception, and this motorway has just been one of those things that's had to grow and be built to cater for the demand. It's very quiet now, but just imagine that traffic on that tiny Pacific highway. Imagine if that was the only route we had still to go north. It would be horrible. Look, anyway guys, I'm going to go to bed. I'll check in if anything unusual happens. I'm not expecting it to be honest, but yeah, get a good night's sleep hopefully and catch a beautiful sunrise. That's the plan. Alright, this is for the Stealth Camping Alliance. Awesome challenge set by Dick in the Dirt, the history challenge. Man, honestly, you've knocked it out of the park with this challenge, mate. This is one of the best I've seen, and I'm honoured to take part of it. I'm honoured to be a part of the Stealth Camping Alliance and to be able to come out here and make these videos and have you guys watch them. It's just amazing. So, thanks everyone, and I will see you in the morning for a little bit more footage. Well, it is, let's see, it's now morning time. Sun is going to be up in about 10-20 minutes. I just got the GoPro over there doing a time lapse, so hopefully it turns out nicely. I haven't really done one of those before. There's my campsite, as you can see. Beautiful thing about this whole setup, that tent, the bike, everything. Last night, even with all these street lights around here, if I went 10 meters away from the campsite, couldn't see a thing. Like, it was absolutely perfectly hidden over there, which was great. So even if someone was wandering around at the middle of the bridge, even close to the end of this bridge, they wouldn't have seen me unless they heard me. I really love this site. It's fantastic. Really no interruptions overnight at all, except for that whole line of cars that turned up for some reason. I think they were lost. And I realised a lot of people must have been getting lost anyway, because I saw quite a few cars come through, go up and then do a U-turn and go down that way. It's a really complicated interchange, and that's part of the whole history of the place, because this used to be essentially joining the main highway to the new section. So if you ever see a really ridiculously complicated interchange on a quiet country road, there's probably a bit of history behind it. Well, I just made myself some noodles, so that's going to be my breakfast this morning. Just a pot of noodles. Really regretting not bringing coffee today. It would have been nice. But noodles will get me nice and warmed up. It's about 3 degrees Celsius, so whatever that is in Fahrenheit. I don't know. Alright guys, that's it for me. This is for the Stealth Camping Alliance June Challenge, the History Challenge set by Dick in the Dirt. Thanks very much for setting it, mate. I think it's a great idea for a challenge, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all the history that people put forward in their videos, whether it's large historical events like, you know, wars, things like that, or just local things like this, the development of a motorway and an interchange that has outlived its use and its days, and this old bridge which is now only used for trucks to bring pieces of road, I assume that's what they are, over there into a pile. Alright guys, I'm going to head off in a few minutes. My May challenge actually premieres in about 40 minutes time, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to see that. I might have to pull over somewhere on the way home and try to chip in, but we'll see how it goes. Thanks again for watching guys, that's it for me for today. Take it easy and I'll see you on the next one.